Q. Blood.
Okay, there are two ways that a dog could release blood. First, obviously, it could be bleeding. But second, if it had fleas, it could have flea dirt, which basically is the remnants of blood. So blood in the water with a dog is a very real possibility.
And it's this trace of blood, similar to the amount a flea-bitten dog would be carrying, that causes a stir.
See a shark coming towards the surface?
There's some, there's two. Two sharks. Three sharks, they're starting to come to the surface.
After the blood went into the water, another 5 sharks appeared pretty quickly. But the count has still only reached 15, the same as the control.
That was nuts!
How many sharks did you see?
There was 15 sharks, so this is exactly like our control test.
So their behavior didn't change.
They didn't even, go up to the dog. They just ignored it.
Well, obviously, we couldn't have put a real dog in the water, so I think this is the best possible experiment we could do. Robo-Dog looks like a dog, swims like a dog, smells like a dog. From this, I think we can call it.
Yep, and I think we'd have to call that busted.
All right, this one's busted.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
So, any flight of fancy you want to indulge this Shark Week?
I want to test flapping fish, whether they attract sharks.
Yeah, but we did that in South Africa. We played the 40 hertz yummy hum, and no sharks came around. We're done with that one.
Yeah, well, I know, but, it was too complicated. There were computers and speakers, and I didn't see any flapping fish in that test. So that's what I want to do. I want to try something like a flapping fish and see whether it attracts sharks.
An actual fish that flaps. Back to basics. I love it.
Sharks are attuned with all 6 of their senses to anything that may be a potential dining experience. But some scientists reckon it's their vibration-detecting lateral lines that are the most crucial. They can supposedly detect the precise whereabouts of an injured flapping fish. In a previous episode, the guys tested this by playing the yummy hum, a 40 hertz tone that's apparently the exact frequency made by a flapping fish.
We played the sounds, sharks didn't come, and we know they heard them.
But by going high-tech, the experiment failed to satisfy Adam, Jamie, and according to your emails, you. So back in the Caribbean, it's take 2. But this time, the guys are using the real thing.
Jamie's going to row out in a little boat and drop 2 fish into the water on poles. One will remain stationary, and the other one, he's going to make flap like it's injured. I'm going to watch below and see if the sharks prefer one over the other. I'm about to do my very first dive out of the cage. And in order to do so, I'm wearing 18 pounds of fine stainless steel mesh chainmail made by a company called Neptunic. And while it doesn't make me shark-proof, it definitely makes me shark-resistant.
Adam may be suitably suited, wielding a shark shield and surrounded by experienced safety divers.
He's giving me the eye.
But he's seen the movie Jaws 57 times.
Jamie, I don't mind telling you, I'm a little freaked out.
Okay, here we go.
And if the myth is true, the sharks, attuned to the sound and vibration of an injured fish, will go for the flapper first time, every time.
Here they come.
It's definitely a party under the flapping fish boat.
Yep, it took a few minutes, but the local lemon sharks, who work out there is such a thing as a free lunch, take the bait.
He's bitten the non-flapping fish.
And the whole rig.
Oh, no, he's taking the whole rig away. Your whole rig is going away with that shark.
So, given the choice, the first lunch customer snacked on the dead fish and ignored the apparently injured flapping fish. But this is science, and one sample a result does not make.
Which one you want?
Here comes another bad boy. He's gone for the flapping fish. What I want to know is, why do they keep swimming near me? There's a hit on the non-flapping fish.
Come on.
He's got it.
After Jamie runs out of fish,
Oh,
There's the hit.
there it goes. That's another one for the shaker.
and Adam runs out of air, they decide to call it a day.
That was awesome.
At 6-3, the final score favors the flapping fish, but it's not the 9-0 they were hoping for. And Jamie thinks something fishy is going on.
Look, it seems like they're responding more to the flapping fish, but is the flapping really what they're responding to?
With the flapping and stationary fish leaking fish blood, the sharks' noses would have been twitching as soon as they hit the water. And of course, both fish were in plain view.
He's bitten the non-flapping fish.
With those additional variables, it's impossible to tell what the sharks were responding to.
I feel like our test is flawed because we don't know that it was only the flapping they were attracted to. They could both see and smell that it was a fish.
Well, let's remove those two variables. We'll use a screen so they can't see it, and we won't use a real fish.
Perfect.
Later, Adam and Jamie get back to eye gouge and Italians on the menu.
I hope you choke on my pelvis bone.
But first, the lights go down for the fatal flashlight fable. Spiders, heights, and berets, all of them can be frightening. But diving in the dark with sharks has surely got to be one of the most petrifying pastimes of all.
If anybody finds this tape, tell them I'm sorry. I'm so scared of the sharks.
And now it's time to shed some light on a piece of flashlight folklore.
For this myth to be confirmed, that sharks are attracted to flashlights, I'm going to see a much more significant number of sharks, and I want to see a different behavior pattern. I want to see that the sharks are getting more aggressive when they see the flashlights. Change that. I don't want to actually see them get more aggressive. That's just what it'd have to be if the myth was confirmed.
Remember, the dive without flashlights yielded 6 sharks. So if the myth is true, that's the number to beat. On the way down to the wreck, Carrie once again makes the first sighting.
Another turtle! I like seeing turtles so much more than sharks!
With the flashlights on, the guys creep into their eerie moonlit positions. And then it's a go on the 20-minute timer.
Everyone, I'm starting the clock now.
This time, the sharks appear almost immediately.
2 sharks over.
And the numbers climb faster than the team's heart rate.
2 sharks. I see 3 sharks. I got a lot of activity down here. I got 2 sharks. I got 3, 4 sharks, 5, 6 sharks right here. Definitely interested in this light. It's creeping me out. They're getting really close, way closer than before. Look at this guy right here. He's coming straight for the light.
Already the shark count has reached 12, double that of last night. And that's not the only difference.
Oh my God! I just smashed a shark in the head with the flashlight. These guys are starting to get aggressive.
Yep, there's a clear distinction between tonight and the control test. The close encounters are closer, so the team bring a close to the encounters.
Guys, there's still 5 minutes to go, but it's getting dangerous. I think we should get out.
Yeah, you don't need to ask me twice. Let's get out of here.
It's so dangerous that the team pulls the plug. It's all lights out as they carefully and somewhat hastily make their way back to the boat.